Good evening, everybody. It's just after 7 on a Monday night, and it's time to go wild. Welcome to the Time to Go Wild radio show here on Halton Community Radio 92.3 FM. We are also live across the internet on ws.hcr923fm.com/listen and on TuneIn. You can contact the show, radio@widnesworld.co.uk, and via Facebook and Twitter.com/ttgw radio. You can contact us by telephone 01928 835 291 and by text 07716 672 874. Start your messages with TTGW. All messages charged at your standard network rate. I hope you're ready. It's time to go wild. Hey, by heck, it were cold this weekend, wasn't it, Doug?
You got Yorkshire, ain't you, your age, are you?
I'm part Yorkshire.
Hey, by heck.
Oh, I lived there for 22 years. I'm half local, me. I lived in Hull for 22 years. I'm allowed to be half local. I got my passport stamped many moons ago for Yorkshire. I crossed the Pennines without having to worry. So yes, it was. I suppose I may as well hit the magic button and get on with what happened this week, because there was
a lot happening, wasn't there?
Yes and no. So time to do the classified roundup of the games that have been happening across the Elite Ice Hockey League and the EIHA leagues over the last weekend and last week. Games that survived being postponed. We'll start with the Elite Ice Hockey League for Friday the 8th of December. Cardiff Devils 4, Guildford Flames 2, Braehead Clan 1 and the Sheffield Steelers 4. Moving on to Saturday, Milton Keynes Lightning 5, Dundee Stars 1, Coventry Blaze 4, Braehead Clan 3 after overtime, Manchester Storm 4, Belfast Giants 6, Nottingham Panthers 1, Cardiff Devils 2. And for Sunday, Sheffield Steelers 2, Belfast Giants 3, Guildford Flames 5, Nottingham Panthers 2, Edinburgh Capitals 2, Coventry Blaze 4, Fife Flyers 5, Milton Keynes Lightning 2, Dundee Stars 5, Manchester Storm 3. In the EIHA English Women's Premier League, Kingston Diamonds v Swindon Top Cats and the MK Falcons v the Widnes Wild Women were both postponed due to bad weather. Moving to the NIHL Division 1 North, the only game to not be postponed this weekend was on Sunday the 10th of December. Whitley Warriors 7, Billingham Stars 3. Moving to NIHL Division 2 North Laidler. Saturday, Hull Jets 4, Altrincham Aces 3 after overtime. Blackburn Hawks D2 2, Sutton Sting 7. All of the games on Saturday were postponed. Sunday the 10th of December, Altrincham Aces 11, Blackburn Hawks D2 2, Widnes Wild 10, Bradford Bulldogs 0, and all of the games were postponed due to the bad weather. And that's a roundup of the results from the last week. We'll bring you more next week.
Good round for Time to Go Wild Radio at the Widnes Ice Rink, and I'm interviewing Ollie Barron following tonight's good victory. So, for the fans, how many did we win by?
10-0.
10-0. And the spread of goals has got most of the lines, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, we mixed lines up a bit today. Lines have been changed. I think that first line's been pretty set, but due to different commitments and various other reasons and a couple of results not going our way, we've got to shake around the lines, and it seemed to click tonight, so I'm pleased with that. It was a good win. We needed it, obviously, after a bad weekend 2 weekends ago, dropping 4 points. But as we've seen these last 2 weekends, that other teams are beating other teams, so we're still really in the mix. So we're just got to take it one game at a time. It was nice to put quite a few goals past teams, because I think in recent games we've been out shooting teams quite heavily but not putting the puck in back of the net. But to score 10 tonight and spread across the team, it was pleasing.
And confidence breeds confidence, doesn't it?
It does. We've obviously, I think it was touch and go for some guys on making it today with the snow, but we're really keen to have this game today because we needed a game before the big Sutton game next week, and we're vital. We got the 2 points for some confidence going into Sutton, because that's going to be a big battle. So yeah, pleased overall.
That's another game of chess against Sutton, man.
Yes, they're a good team. Obviously we've beaten twice at home, one in overtime, so I expect a tight game. They've had a few mixed results recently as well. I think it's going to be really tight until the end of the season. You can't call many fixtures anymore, so we're just going to be prepared, have a good training Thursday, and
we saw the pictures of the training on Thursday, or the end of the training.
Yes,
most of the players are flat on the ice.
Yeah, I think fitness in recent weeks have not been up to scratch, so we've designated sort of a bit of time towards the end of practice working on some fitness, and it can only help us.
Yeah, all right. Well, thanks very much for your time, Wally. Have you got a message for the fans?
Thanks to the fans for coming out again tonight, obviously in the snow. So yeah, we really appreciate every week, and hope to see as many as possible over in Sheffield.
Well, thanks for you guys for making it across from Sheffield tonight, because I'm sure that was quite a journey.
It weren't too bad. Britsy's got a Land Rover Defender, so
that's right.
We put Taylor on roof rack and come over Snakes. All
right, thanks very much, mate. Cheers. Bye-bye. We're speaking to our club captain, Simon Offord. Good evening, Simon.
Evening.
So how do you think, I'd like to, well, first of all, we've not spoken to you since you became captain, so congratulations on that. I know we're a few months into the season now. So how do you think it's settling into your new role?
Well, it's always an honour to be asked to be a captain for a team. Done it before quite a lot, Sheffield Spartans and Sutton Stings, so I guess as one of the older people on the team now, I can provide a bit of experience and talk quite well in the dressing room maybe, and I think pass on a bit of advice to our younger players. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. I think it's going well. Frustrated at times, but overall really good.
I like your comment to me at the end of last weekend. It was frustrating, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we've had a few games where we've not played very well and we've scraped some results, and I think the weekend where we didn't pick up a point, we actually didn't play too bad. So sort of vice versa, I suppose. What goes round comes round in a season.
So how did you feel? What clicked particularly tonight?
I think we started well. We saw that Bradford had a short bench, and we knew that if we started fast and went at them, we could grind them down quite quickly. And it's always nice when you go a few goals up instead of a few goals down. So I think we played really well tonight. We got a lead, and then that second period, a bit scrappy. They come back a bit, but that third period, I think we were quite professional where we closed it out and we ran up some goals. So that'll be good.
Yeah, I mean, tonight was unusual that we didn't take one penalty all night.
No, it comes down to, I think, them games that we lost, a couple of really questionable, I'd say, personal decisions for them, some of them penalties that we took, and it really hurt us as a team. So it's always good if we keep our discipline, and obviously things like tonight happen, and obviously when the other team take penalties, our play were pretty good tonight.
No, it was, I quite enjoyed our power play. So this is actually the fourth time you scored.
Questionable. First time I got actual game sheet.
First time on the game sheet, but fourth time you scored, which is why you had to come and be interviewed, because that was our bet, wasn't it?
Yeah, I couldn't really get out of that one tonight, could I? Couldn't give it to anyone else.
No, you'd be quite good at giving it to Ollie on a couple of goes.
Well, I don't know. If he's tipped him, it's questionable, but I don't know. I don't mind who scores as long as the team's winning.
When you scored, when everyone thought you scored the other week when Pav celebrated rather exuberantly, he tried to jump on your shoulders.
Well, he tried to jump on my shoulders and ended up getting my shirt and pulled me over, so didn't really appreciate that, but he's a good guy, Pav. I like Pav.
So how do you think the rest of the season is going to go for us?
If we keep winning, we'll win league. It's interesting. You look at league, it could be one of any 4 or 5 teams that win it. I think that weekend that we lost points, we were probably quite fortunate in other teams lost points as well. So I think Ollie referred to it as a get out of jail free card.
It was,
changing room. So we're still up there, and if we play like we did tonight and everything clicks, I don't think there's a team that can beat us. But we've got to work harder than another team, and that's.
So we've got another game with chess against Sutton, haven't we?
Yeah, it'd be interesting against Sutton on that big pad. They've got a few fast forwards, which I don't really like playing against because they've probably got 10 years and 3 stone on me, so it's always interesting. But it'd be good. I think they're going through a bit of a sticky patch at minute, so hopefully we can start fast like we did tonight and take that game to them.
And Matty Croyle got another shot out, which was good.
Yeah, good for Matty. I don't think there were no real major opportunities tonight for Bradford. I think he was pretty solid and he played well.
Yeah, even when they sort of tried to rush the net, there was players around him and he was doing quite well anyway. So
yeah, good keeper. So we'll keep him playing like that and we won't be far off.
All right, thanks very much for talking to us eventually.
Pleasure. Yeah.
I'll see you later. Thanks, mate.
Time to go Wild Radio after the Widnes Wild took on the Bradford Bulldogs, and I've caught up with Mark Higson from the Bradford Bulldogs. Well, Mark, tough game for you guys. Your thoughts?
Yeah, well, obviously we haven't shown up. Coming to Widnes with a depleted squad, 2 lines, a couple of lads carry injuries, a couple of lads being a bit ill. No excuses after that result, but it is what it is. If you don't show up on the day, you're going to get punished. 10-0 is an embarrassment for the Bulldogs. We're going to make training at the weekend, in the week, and we'll try and correct some of the mistakes what we've done tonight.
I mean, I can't really fault the Bulldogs for their skating. Didn't give up right to the very end, kept pouncing on the Widnes goal, and they got a bit lively in the middle of the second. So, credit where credit's due, didn't stop.
Well, that's it. The Bulldogs they're all heart. Lads are there to play and they're there to win. They'll not give up until that third period, that final whistle. At the end of the day, we can compete with any team in this league as long as we've got 3 lines and we're rolling them. We might not be the most skillful team in the league, but like I say, we've got a load of heart, and we wear our shirts with pride.
It's going to be an interesting game in a couple of weeks' time when the second road leg for the Widnes Wild takes place in Bradford against the Bradford on home ice. So you're going to be looking forward to that?
Yeah, always playing at Bradford is always good. It's a small rink, it's a competitive rink. No one likes to travel to Bradford. Everyone knows they're in for a game when they get there. It's a bit of a game, a bit of in-your-face hockey. But we'll turn around that result and hopefully pick up the 2 points what we're desperate for and get back onto winning ways.
Well, thanks for joining us, and safe trip home, and best of luck for the rest of the season.
Yeah, thank you very much. Cheers.
Can't catch us in the car?
Download the TuneIn app
Or log on at hcr923fm.com.
So, some big result there for the Wild this weekend, and some interesting thoughts from our post-match interviews.
It was nice to catch up with some of the more reticent players. I don't know what he had to worry about, because he came across really well.
Oh yeah.
And he's a lovely guy, Simon.
Oh.
So I'm looking through the team sheet for Sunday, and Mikey Gilbert got his man of the match. And having looked at it, he scored 5 points. So
yeah, 2 goals, 2 goals, 3 assists. The only 2 players who didn't get a point other than our goaltenders were Lee Kemp and Danny Bracegirdle. Other than that, everyone either got a goal or an assist.
It's, as I said to Ollie, it was spread across the whole team again. So we don't have superstars who dominate.
It was one of those games where you spread the lines, you spread the players out, and you make the most of what you can do. And Bradford are a good team. They skate well. They did not give up at all. Even when they took the penalty in the 51st minute, they kept going when Liam Salt took that. And actually, they nearly got a short-handed goal at one point. Took a right pounce on the goal. So hockey is hockey, and anything can happen. I mean the shots on goal is a bit of a difference. I mean, 20 shots on Matt Croyle and 53 shots on Ian Thurkettle. I was chatting to Budgie after the game, and he was not in the best of moods, but 53 shots.
Yeah, they were all accurate as well.
I mean, was it 27 in the first? No, 23 in the first period. I'm just doing the maths here. Yeah, 23 in the first period.
That's a lot of shots to be waking up to, isn't it?
Well, there's 23 shots for for 4 goals, and then I think he was a bit shattered in the final period, and all them were, because it was 17 shots for 5 goals.
We actually invented a new, you have a slap shot and a wrist shot. With Mikey Gilbert, we've got a trickle in.
The trickle in. the one that sort of just
bobbled across the line. It was rather weird.
There was one bit, if I recall, where they thought it might have been a goal, but it wasn't quite. It just stopped it and sat on the puck. So it was actually rather feisty at the end of the second. Well, towards the end of the second, and then when the buzzer went.
Yeah, I thought the refs controlled it quite well.
Yeah.
He'd sent one of the linesmen across to prevent any argy-bargy going on. It was a good match. It was, in some ways, it's a good advert for ice hockey.
It was. I mean, in the end, when you actually look at it, although the penalty minutes, it was 10 minutes to Bradford, and I wouldn't say strangely, because there wasn't really, I couldn't really have called anything other than the odd slashing or hooking with a little bit of stick work, but none to Widnes. No penalty minutes at all. But 2 of the penalty minutes for Bradford was a misconduct penalty, where I think their player who got a charging call said something rather rude to referee Andy Miller. Other than that, they were just sort of incidental, normal penalties that can happen in a game of hockey. So a very, very tame game, to be honest.
It wasn't nasty, was it, really?
No.
People were trying to beef it up a bit, but it didn't really work.
I'm going to give another. I like to do the plug for the highlights, but if you're watching the highlights online at some point in the week, Bobby Corns did put rather a tasty goal in at one point. It was very, very nicely taken. A nice little bit of stick work.
It was, wasn't it? Backwards, forwards, and then over.
We'd like to hear your thoughts on the game. If you've got any thoughts, drop us a quick text. My teeth are not in properly. Drop us a text, 07716 672 874, charged at normal rates. It's a normal number, I promise you, it's a normal number, so you won't get stung if you're on a proper tariff. In the meantime, I think we'll take a little break for a little music and pick a number between 1, 2, 3 or 4. 3. That gives us a little bit of Metallica and Into the Sandman. And now, on Time to Go Wild Radio, it is time to sit back and relax and enjoy Mike Marr's Monday Mantra.
Last night was a great result, and was what we needed after our last 2 results. Bradford are a hard-working physical team, and we played with discipline, taking no penalties. Our power play lines turned up last night after working hard in training, which helped lead to the 10-0 scoreline. More next week from Mike Marr.
Again next week for more wise words on Mike Marr's Monday Mantra. Dear, I've got a temperamental mouse here. I'm trying to press buttons to set some of the jingles going, and
feed it some cheese.
Disappears off the edge of the screen for some strange reason. Anyway, bit of table at the moment, and it's a very, very, very interesting table now, because the team that was on the move was Hull, and they'd shot up to the top of the table on Saturday night with the win against Altrincham, and Altrincham just with the game in hand now. It's still on top spot back.
It's well deserved.
Yeah,
well deserved. The
top 4 are doing a right little truffle shuffle around between Sutton and basically between Sutton in 4th on 26 points and Altrincham at the top on 30 points. And actually the team in the driving seat, in a manner of speaking, are Sutton Sting. They've got the games in hand.
In the tail.
But then again, it's Sutton with 16 games played, Widnes with 17, Hull with 18 and Altrincham with 19. So when you do a bit of the maths, it's a right race for the top of the table now between the top 4.
Well, if Halton didn't play Hull 1, that's 30. If Widnes won 2 games, that's 30.
Mm-hmm.
If the Sting win their 4 games, it's 31.
Yep. So
it's everything to play for, and it's nice that there's 4 competitive teams.
Yeah. To be honest, I think even Telford might, because you've got Telford and the Senators within a point of each other and a game of each other. So even in the middle of the table, just checking the emails here, that's probably what you can hear, the beeping noises, and it's very, very, very tight. So it's going to be an interesting run up towards Christmas, because of course, sadly, no home games now until the new year.
No, we've got two away fixtures, haven't we?
Yeah, we'll come to them in a little bit later on and do the usual little roundup. But yeah, it's quite a fair sweep across all of the league at the moment. So it'll be interesting to see how things pan out once we get to Christmas.
Well, it's the who's going to get the wooden spoon?
Yes.
I mean, the Dragons have got 5 games in hand on Blackburn.
Yeah, but could Blackburn get a bit of a boost? I mean, I think back to the Widnes Wild's first season, and we were sort of in the middle to lower half of the table at Christmas, and then we finished 5th. But that second half of the season, we made a couple of changes to the squad, and next thing we took off like a rocket. So it was the early season form that hurt us, but we finished 5th. But I think it was only just, if memory serves. We weren't that far behind Deeside.
No.
And due to circumstances, Deeside didn't want to go to the playoffs that year, so Widnes went to the playoffs.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Yes. So it was one of those years. So anything can happen, but it is a fight at the foot of the table between 2, but the top of the table's definitely got 4 teams, so it's going to be very, very interesting next week when we come to our last show before Christmas as well. So yes,
and it's an unusual start time as well, isn't it? For the Sutton game.
Sutton, yes, we'll come to that. And as I say, we'll come to that. Now, having a quick flip over to the D1 League, where basically all but one of the games was suspended at the weekend due to the adverse weather conditions. And ironically, the one place where you would expect to get bad weather is up in the northeast around Whitley and Billingham. But no, that game went ahead up in Whitley with the Warriors taking a 7-3 victory. But you look at D1, and actually from 7th, from Whitley in 7th place all the way to, Hull, it's a fairly steady climb, with Sheffield Steel Dogs just having a bit of an advantage on Hull, with a 3-point advantage.
I mean, you could have Hull winning both leagues.
You could.
And we know you have a soft spot for Hull.
Well, I do have a soft spot for Hull, because I lived there for 22 years. I started my videography with the then Hull Stingrays. I started watching with Kingston Hawks, and that's where my hockey life began. It's my home from home, and I do like going back and seeing the old place and meeting up with a lot of old friends.
And it would be nice to put the Steel Dogs down, wouldn't it?
Well, plus it would, in a manner of speaking, although the whole 2017 UK City of Culture moniker's being passed on, it'd be nice to see good things coming out of it at the end of it. And both Hull teams, at least in the D1 and D2 leagues, are both flying very high at the moment, and putting up in the North Leagues. So yeah, it is quite an interesting look at the table at the moment. So yes, a couple more weeks to go, but our last roundup, of course, will be next Monday, because of course,
we're not having one on Christmas Day.
No.
And we're not having one on New Year's Day.
No. So
we're back on the 8th of January.
Yes. All refreshed, all polished and ready to go. Skates sharpened, sticks retaped, and helmets all at the ready. Foiled up and ready to go. You know what? On the subject of
foiled up, then.
On the subject of foiled up, I'm going to hit this button. Which means it's quiz time. I need a better jingle really for this one, but
yeah,
it's the You Make the Call slot. Those of you who like to learn a little bit more about ice hockey, Time to review You Make the Call, courtesy of eiha.co.uk, where they put 3 rules each week on their website that make some very interesting talking points. I'll do a little review quickly of last week, which was: red team are making a player change and both players are on the ice. The white team are in possession of the puck. Shoot the puck up the boards and it strikes one of the 2 interchanging red players and deflects to another white player. What should they do? The answer is
they carry on play. The red team players didn't participate in the play and have not gained possession. The rule 166, too many men, doesn't apply, as there was not a deliberate action to participate in or play the puck, and no stoppage should be made, as no advantage has been gained by the red team.
There we go. So, and question 2 is a similar one. Red team are making a player change. Both are on the ice. White are in possession and shoot the puck up the boards, and it strikes one of the 2 interchanging players and deflects off to another red player. What should the officials do?
On this occasion, they should stop play and take a face-off centre ice. The 2 red team players changing didn't participate in the play, however their team did gain an advantage. The rule 166, too many men, red did gain an advantage and play should be stopped, but no penalty should be assessed, as they did not deliberately take part.
And there, it's what I suppose you could call that accidental too many men on the ice.
Yes. It's like going to the gate and someone's coming out, but you can't get in.
And the final one, red team are making a player change. Both are on the ice and the white team are in possession of the puck. Shoot the puck up the boards. And one of the 2 interchanging players plays the puck. What do they do?
On this one, they should stop play and assess a bench minor penalty to be served by a player on the ice and take the face-off in the red team defending zone. Rule 166, too many men. If during a player change during the game action, the player coming onto the ice or coming off the ice plays the puck, makes contact with an opponent, or participates in game action while both the departing and entering players are on the ice within the 1.5 metre zone, a bench minor penalty for 2 many men will be assessed.
So
it has to be served by a skater who was on the ice at the time that the whistle was blown.
Yeah. So, interesting one. That's different ways of looking at too many men calls.
Yeah, it's the same scenario and different actions, isn't it?
Now, this week's a slightly different one. Here we go. This week, week 10. Here we go. Team A ice the puck, and the back linesman instigates the icing. Team A make a player change, and the icing is called. What should the linesman and referee do? So that's Team A ice the puck, and the back linesman instigates icing. Team A make a player change, and the icing is called. What should the linesman and referee do? What do you think?
You undo the player change.
That's my thoughts.
Yeah, because it has to go back to the position it was when the penalty the icing took place.
Right, here we go. Now, I'm not sure how... I'll read it as it's written. A5 is assessed a delayed minor penalty for hooking. On the stoppage in play, Team A are assessed a bench minor penalty. How many players must Team A put in the penalty box? Interesting one, that. 1 or 2?
2.
You think 2? I'm not sure, because the bench minor is penalising the bench, and it depends if they call them at the same time or they're calling them one after the other. So your player sitting the minor for hooking, I'd go for 2. Because
you nearly argued one there, didn't you?
it's one where I've seen it called. I think I've seen it called sort of, or got confused when it's been called at other times. But yeah, I'll go with 2, like you.
The more interesting thing would be how many players are actually on the ice for Team A.
That should be 3.
Yeah.
because if you're calling it as two parallel minors, then you've got two parallel minors in the box, and they can then come out at the same time. Right, question 3. Team A has player 15 receive a 2-minute minor at 3 minutes. Team B, player number 12, receives a 2-minute penalty at 3 minutes and 30 seconds. The referee signals a delayed penalty on Team A player 23. But before the penalty is assessed, there is a goal scored at 4:10. Does any player return to the ice? If so, who? So there you go. I'm working on the premise that that's running at 4-on-4. And a player, so Team A get a penalty.
There was a penalty signalled
before either of the penalties have fully elapsed, and they score. What do you think happens?
Who scored the goal? Doesn't say.
Doesn't.
It's got to be Team B who scored the goal.
Let's see. Let's read it again. Team A, player 15 has got a 2-minute minor at 3 minutes, so he's in the bin. Team P, player 12, has got a 2-minute minor at 3:30, so they're now on 4-on-4. The referee signals a delayed penalty on player 23, but there is a goal scored at 4:10, so I'm working on the premise that Team B scored the goal.
Yeah.
Because if Team A touched the puck, they'd blow the whistle.
Yeah.
So Team B have scored. What happens?
No one returns to the ice.
Because it's a delayed penalty goal.
Yep.
That's my premise. It's a 4-on-4 delayed penalty goal. So,
if you disagree with us, please get in touch.
Yep. If you want it quickly picked up, 07716 672 874. Start your message with TTGW. And on that, we'll have a little break for a little more music. Pick a number between 1, 2, or 4.
1.
Number 1.
Please.
Let's have a little bit of Pat Benatar then. So, what's been going on in the newsy articles across British hockey this last week? Starting with the GB Under-20s, Coach Slava Kulikov has appointed his captain and assistants. Sam Duggan has been appointed as captain, with Josh Tatlow and Craig Garrigan as assistant captains. Ashley Tate, after having left the Milton Keynes Lightning, has signed for the Belfast Giants now. And the Cardiff Devils have won the BBC Sport Wales Team of the Year. Congratulations to the Cardiff Devils. Manchester Storm, I saw on their website, have been contacted by Alice Cooper. Yes, the Alice Cooper. And they've presented him with a Storm shirt with his own name and number on. So congratulations to Manchester Storm on getting that little bit of contact. EIHA Players of the Month. For South One Britain, it's Jordan Lordy from Cardiff Fire. S2 Wilkinson League, it's Richard Facey from Solent Devils. From the N1 North, Morley, it's Sam Towner from the Hull Pirates, and completing a double for Hull, in N2 Laidler, it's Gowan Beddoe. So congratulations to Hull on the double whammy there. Bradford Bulldogs got a bit of a Christmas present on Sunday's game at the end of the second period, with a slight technical glitch on the scoreboard where the score read Widnes 5, Bradford Bulldogs 79.
I think Andy's finger slipped.
Yeah. In the meantime, a few items on the on the Time to Go Wild Facebook page. I picked up a thing. Geeky Jerseys. I've done a North Pole Knicks Santa jersey. So if you want to look up Geeky Jerseys, they have some cracking things on that. And also on our Facebook page, I found another one of these. Football on the Terraces. They've done, where I've shown it once before, where it was football played with ice skates. This is football played in full kit running around on the ice, which makes quite a lively game of football. And it looks absolutely... You're dressed up a bit like Michelin Men with the amount of sort of padding, but yeah. It looks quite good fun.
I've always thought they should have blind ice hockey, but that's weird, really.
Yeah, but I don't mind the padded version. It's like floorball, but at least you're kicking around a ball, but you're padded up. So, anyway. we're running out of time. It's 1:45. Better get on with the What's On guide. So don't forget your usual stuff through widneswild.co.uk for all your news, views and updates from the club. Don't forget all our social media through Twitter and Facebook. They're all available, of course, through widneswild.co.uk. Don't forget, everyone who's interested in any supporters or sponsors stuff, check out the Sponsors Zone. We've also got our highlights and podcasts and ticket information and supporters club information. And finally, there's 3 still there of your own and loan. £75 for the away shirt of Kyle Haslam, or £60 for either Nick Manning or Kyle Haslam's warm-up game-worn shirt. Make them a little Christmas present for somebody. You might not get them to the end of the season, but they will get a nice gift of an actual genuine game-worn shirt. And Coach travel for Sheffield to go and see the Sutton Sting this coming Sunday the 17th. The coach departs at 12 p.m. Supporters Club £4, non-supporters club £7, and a child travelling with an adult is £1. Check out the Widnes Wild Ones Facebook and Twitter feeds for more details. Doug,
the up and coming, we've got 2 games on Sunday the 17th of December. Widnes Wild men take on the Sutton Sting away. The face-off for that is at 4:15. The reason for that is a very busy schedule at the Sheffield Ice Arena, with the Steel Dogs and then the women playing after the men's, after the Sting game. So it's 3 games of hockey if you wanted to go along there and watch 3 on the bounce. It'd be quite interesting. 3 different styles. Whilst at home,
see that Steel Dogs on at 7:30.
Yeah. The ladies are playing the Nottingham Vipers away, and that's cases off at 17:30. And finally, last but not least, the last game of the season for us, or this year, sorry, Saturday the 23rd of December. We play the Bradford Bulldogs, and the face-off is on at 5 o'clock. And there's been mentioned that curries afterwards. We keep mentioning we're going to get a few people on. We had a chat with a few spectators on Sunday, and there was curry. That's an interesting idea just before Christmas.
I'm just double checking to make sure the time. No, it is still 5 p.m. It is still 5 p.m. on the 23rd, because I did have one fixture down with the wrong face-off time one day. But we've also got this Friday the Widnes Wilds Cabaret Night.
Yep. Tickets for that are £10, and you can pay on the door.
So it's at, where is it? Buffs Club?
The Buffs Club, yes.
Buffs Club in Widnes. Check out our social media and information pages for the details for that.
Now, there is a raffle going on as well, which you don't have to attend the actual night to take part in the raffle, and the RTL, one of the sponsors of the Widnes Wild, run by me, has donated a laptop.
Very nice.
So I think the tickets for that can be £1.
Ooh.
So it's not bad. A nice little Christmas present.
Not bad at all.
And talking about other Christmas presents, there are mugs that you can buy with players' faces on.
Ooh.
So I think Mikey Gilbert is running that one at the rink. So that's a nice little present if you want to buy something. Get your favourite player on the mug.
Don't forget, each week you can check out all the merchandise. George is usually round with the merchandise stand, or someone else will be with her.
Yeah, the merchandise stand was near the cafe.
Starts off usually by the door, and then she wheels it round.
Yeah, I normally sit when she's at the cafe.
Yeah, usually it's by the door when they're coming in, and then she takes it down, puts it down by Skate Higher, down by the cafe. So yeah,
he's doing very well.
Yeah,
they're putting a lot of effort into selling merchandise this year, and I think it's working well for the club.
We have, yeah, and of course we've got an awful lot of stuff going on. There's the still got all the kids stuff with the junior hockey.
Yep.
So you can check out silver-blades.co.uk, or I think it's Planet Ice is one word.co.uk.
I think it's Planet Ice now, isn't it? They've got various
both
rinks
at the moment.
Various rinks.
Yes, check out all of those for details.
And there are various rec hockey games going on at weird and wonderful times of the night.
Yeah. Well, we've got the Earl Road Elks and the Riverside Raiders and the Huskies having different scrimmages. So if you're lurking around after a wild game, often on a Sunday night, you can sit. If you want to sort of see what's happening with the rec teams, you can have a little spy on what they're up to often on a Sunday night.
Yeah, well, there's often some of the rec players move up to the D2, don't they?
Well, we've also got to say a big shout out to the women because, of course, we were looking forward to giving them a bit of feedback from their game, and unfortunately it got cancelled this weekend. So
we did have the odd benefit because Emma Pearson did turn up to support. I don't know if she was supporting Bradford or Widnes.
She was supporting hockey.
Yeah, it was hockey, yes. Right, yeah.
That's the main thing. So, yeah. So we've got, sadly, nothing yet between now and the new year. It's going to be a bit of a quiet time down in for the hockey for the while. But let's just call up the fixtures and have a quick look. Our first home game. Oh, it's going to be tasty. First,
the Aces.
Yeah, but we also get to see the Dragons in the Dragons' Den, Dragons D2 on the Saturday the 6th. And then we play Altrincham at home.
So we have the appetiser.
Oh, yes.
And the main course on the Sunday.
So, yes. And if you're not bothered about going to D-side, save your pennies over Christmas. Get ready. It's the biggie. If so, yes, get that date in your diary. We'll plug it now. 7th of January, 5:30 face-off. Come to the Widnes Ice Rink and be ready for the Battle Royal. It is the crunch game. Both teams are going to be up for it.
Oh yes, and it'll be after Christmas, so it'll be interesting to see who's had a very relaxed Christmas and who's actually been.
Who's eaten too many Christmas puddings, mince pies.
Who's been more disciplined about what they're eating.
Yeah, it's always interesting who's had too many, one mince pie too many.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be looking forward to it. For me, actually, it's an unusual one because I'm going to get a bit of a videography break. The first half. I'm not meaning this in a bad way.
3 weeks, didn't you?
Yeah. It's probably one of the biggest videography breaks I've had in the last 2.5 seasons.
3 weeks off for good behaviour, eh?
Yeah. Oh, no, I've still got prep work to do for Time to Go Wild Radio. Because we will not be here on Christmas Day and on New Year's Day, but we will be here next Monday. And we'll hopefully have plenty to report back from the game in Sheffield against the Sutton Sting. But all the details from the Bradford Bulldogs will have to wait till the new year.
Yeah, are we having any competitions, do you think, on that?
I'm not sure.
We'll have to watch this space. We'll ask our person in charge whether he'd like to donate something for Christmas.
Well, so, yeah, watch this space. You never know what's going to happen. Well, we're coming into the last 5 minutes of the show. I'm going to do the quick plug, so don't forget we will be back next Monday with more Time to Go Wild. And for those of you who like a little bit of music of rock to country pop to the preposterous, the anniversary edition of the Box of Delights is on this Thursday at 9 o'clock.
It's 1 year old.
Yes, it's 12 months since I started, and it is actually in this very studio, in Studio 2 here at the studios of Halton Community Radio, where I did my very first show. And I can't believe how well it's just flown by, and I just love doing this. It's so much fun. And it's the greatest hits of the last 12 months. So I promise to not go too stupid with the music. I am not going uber stupid with it. I promise.
And ladies and gentlemen, he does have a 2-hour show.
Yes. It's on 9 till 11. And then the following week is the Christmas show, which will have an interesting variety of music.
So what's going to be our final play-out record then?
Ooh, now.
I'm thinking about one of my favourite bands.
Oh, well, we can wait a little longer because we've still got a little bit of time to kill, ironically.
Yeah.
Yes, we have. So, I think a quick shout out to everybody. I know we've still got next week's show, but a big shout out to everybody who's been involved in the Own and Loans this year, because we seem to have more Own and Loan shirts available on the grid this year than ever, and we've even gained shirts with the likes of Kyle and also with Sean returning to the club, and most clubs don't have warm-up shirts, and we only have 3 shirts as far as the grid is concerned, not spoken for, and I think that is a fantastic result for everybody who's put their names down for an Own and Loan shirt.
I think it's been a really good response for all the fans this year.
So
watching the 50-50 draws.
Yes, that was.
They're averaging about £90, I think, per game. So that's a fantastic result.
Now, my last announcement, and I am guilty, Your Honour, of not doing this during the news. And this is a massive, massive thank you to everybody who brought along a bear for Air the Bear this weekend. At last count, it was 108 bears were sent through over the plexi and onto the ice to be collected, and they go into, from what I gather, Children's Hospital to please kids over the holiday period. So thank you to everybody.
So we had very small bears and we had very large bears.
Yes.
So there's a bear for everyone.
So, thank you to everybody who took part in the Air the Bear. So, on that note, we shall call it for another week and be back next week with more for Time to Go On Radio. So, Doug?
So we're going to play out
with a little bit of
Ballroom Blitz by The Sweets. Good night.
Till next week. Ta-ra.